Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Steins Gate. So I didn't think I'd be returning to Steins Gate so soon. I really genuinely thought that once we finish episode 24, that was going to be it. But a lot of you guys did come into, comment sections, in posts, and within the video itself to let me know that there is a really good epilogue kind of episode, a kind of like episode 25, if you will, that wraps the series up, and you guys wanted me to check this out. So because of the overwhelming response, I figured like there was no reason why not to check this out. I know I get my reasons as to why I'm not immediately jumping into Steins Gate Zero. I want to let this series kind of stew with me for a bit. I don't want to just immediately jump right into another sequel, prequel, whatever it happens to be. I don't know. Maybe down the line we will check out Steins Gate Zero. I do plan at some point to watch it myself, and whether I'm still doing these reaction videos at that point, who knows. We're going to check this out, episode 25-ish. I don't know, it's called Egoistical something. I can't remember the title, but it's an episode 25 type thing. And yeah, I will also definitely consider potentially, let me know if you guys would like to see it, checking out the movie. If there's anything else then after that that doesn't necessarily mean checking out Steins Gate Zero, please let me know. I know that there was mention of an episode 23B or beta. I don't know. I think it was like the beta symbol. If that's something else that would be, worth checking out, let me know. What I'm basically trying to say is I'm clueless and I need you guys' help to wrap up Steins Gate in a satisfying way that I'll be happy and you guys will feel satisfied. So yeah, that's really all I'm going to say here before I jump into this episode. But if you guys do enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe and comment down below letting me know, like I just asked, if you want to see me check out the movie and if you want to see me check out the beta episode, I think for 23, and then that will kind of be the finale, I guess, for the series. And let me know what order I should do things in, because I'm hoping that checking this out today is going to be okay. I hope I'm not breaking the order. But yeah, Steins Gate, Egoistical something, episode 25. Let's go. All right, let's see what this episode, I wish I knew the title, has in store for us. Oh, I'm very excited, but also very nervous because I did genuinely love the ending for Steins Gate episode 24. So I hope that this one doesn't take things in a strange direction or leave me a little less satisfied. So here we go. Steins, semicolon, Gate. We are so back. Do I hear Okabe Rintaro? I do. Okay, he looks very exhausted. Egoistic Poriomania. Shit, what? What? Hell yeah, it's all the choice of Steins Gate. It always has been. 2 weeks ago. This looks very different as well. Almost looks like a completely different character model for Okabe. If I survive. Psy Congroo. What is happening?
Hello.
Hello. Okay, that looks more like what I'm used to. Oh shit, look at Daru. Wow. It's Los Angeles. Oh shit. Ferris invited us to LA? Phil. Grisu? So does this take place after the events of episode 24? Oh? Aww. Yeah, she definitely wants you there. Tsundere. This is it, that's how we break into America. Absolutely. Okay, this is after the events, because there's Moeka. Holy shit. Macadamia nuts times 6. Anything but that. What? So you don't want macadamia nuts. You're so strange, Moeka. Ruka's coming with us, so that's interesting. Oh, there she is. Cool guy Kurisu. Wow, look at that. Looking very episode 1 of Evangelion almost. I don't know.
What's the purpose?
Wow, we're getting more. We are so bad. You're gonna be sent back.
Scientist?
Wow. You got... Okay, that's what I thought. Because you said in bed. They got us before we could even do anything. Yeah, that's what it is. Yay, it's Kurisu. So she went to America, which makes sense. Christine. Let's get to business, alright? No time to waste. What? Okay, leave him in the dust, yeah. Let him get a taxi himself. That's really funny. Does he even know where he is? Oh, I wonder. What did that sign say? I'll find out in the edit. Oh shit, what? Seven's philosophy, oh shit. 7 verse 13, Kingdom Hearts. Secret Desert Night. Yep, she mastered that shit back in episode 1. It was probably something else. Valhalla, because he talks about, you know, all the Norse stuff a lot. Oh my god. Are they gonna get him again? Really? Damn. They don't like him. Americans be like... Throwback to episode 1. Absolutely, I've seen this scene before. But you were never in this scene. Kurisu has infiltrated the invader. Yeah, but that's just people who, like, I don't know. Nice, okay. Okay, just that. Ah, the blush. She remembers more. She just won't admit it because she probably feels weird because she doesn't have those memories. She just remembers them, if that makes sense. Wow, this car is so iconic for Kurisu. Wow, look at them all lined up like that. Wow.
It's a motel!
Absolutely, that's it. Oh my god. Jason, Friday the 13th? So true. You could have said that to him all the way back in episode 1. Don't be like that. It was his friends. Yeah, seriously. Oh, Peanut. Jeez. But he's a guy. Throwback.
結局マキセ氏が一人部屋になったんしょ。
まあルカ子とマユリならば問題はないだろ
ゆり展開はあは
Lesbianism.
う。
I think that's probably supposed to be Yuri, right?
ならこの部屋は黙れ。
It's been a while since you talked about Yuri.
なんだ。
じゃんけんでどっちかが車で寝ることにしね。
どうしたの？
寝床を譲ってやったのだ。スーパーハッカーは俺の大事な右腕だからな。
じゃんけんで負け
Super
たのね。
Haka. Nice little moment of reflection with Kurisu. This is nice. They're both wearing the exact same. Kurisu wearing the same little red tie as always. That was a nice little like hair flick. Very Maybelline.
ねえ、ちょっとだけ来ない？聞きたいこともあるし。
Oh shit. A Dr. Pepper.
これはダイエット
Diet?
お土産に買って帰ったら？今のレートだとこっちの方が安いし。
Yeah, I imagine so.
それで聞きたいこととはなんだ。期間に関する情報か。
No, it's about her
じゃあパスなら出てっ
memories.
て。
Yeah, we're gonna be
いつかも
serious.
そんなことを言われたか。
いつか？
別の世界線での話だ。気にするな。
聞きたいのはそれ。でもあんたが言うように実際に経験していな
Yeah,
い夢は
that's what I was talking about earlier, where she remembers, but she doesn't remember.
秋葉原の立教で泣いているあんたを励ましている夢。
Yeah,
ホワイト
that
ボードを
was
使っ
when
て
we were at one of our
何か
lowest
一生懸命
moments.
議論している夢。
Are these the moments that he called you Kurisu? Is that what you
あんたの
remember?
白衣のほつれを直してあげている夢。
Oh, yeah, that was a very sweet
やはり
moment.
記憶が断片的に残っているのだな。
じゃあ事実なの？
それを事実と
Absolutely.
いうかどうかは非常に難しい問題だがな。この世界線でのお前にとっては夢と同じものと言っていいかもしれん。
Yeah, it's a really tricky, awkward thing to talk about, isn't it? Like the whole waterline things, the fact that you can recall some stuff.
もう一個変な夢を見るのよ。私と岡部が
Yeah,
その
そのなんだ。
don't make her sad, you know.
どうした？トイレにでも行きたくなったのか？
この変態
What? What was that for? Mayuri.
おかえり
So
とク
cute.
リスちゃんは仲良し。
Look at her sleeping position.
これで決まりにゃ。
Staple Center. Oh shit, Rhinet.
ウィルスガードだお。フェリスが干渉。
Ferris, champion of the world. Dr. Pepper. Or Doc Pepper. DK, Donkey Kong Pepper. Drift King Pepper. Oh shit.
お待たせしました。
What?
待
You
て
too,
語尾の
Kurisu?
ニャンニャンはどうした？
なんでそんなことをこの私が？
常習よ。お前は日本のメイド文化をアメリカに伝える伝道師なのだぞ。
誰もそんなものになった覚えもなければ希望した覚えもない。
愛情の手伝いをするというのが飛行機代の代わりなのだ。
Why are you not working then?
私は飛行機代を出してもらった覚えはないのだが。
ラボ面は一心同体だ。
ならあんたも働け。
Yeah, literally, why aren't you working, bro?
あるところを見ると、どうやら昨日は眠れたようだな。何か気になっていたようだったが。
あれはちょっとした好奇心。
だったら忘れるんだな。
No,
別の
don't
世界線のこと
forget.
を追いかけてもいいことはない。
No, you don't
わ
want
かってるわよ
that.
全部忘れるつもり。
You don't want to forget. No.
そうか。
See, he doesn't want it. She doesn't want it either. She can sense that they had a good connection. And she just wants to understand more about that because she doesn't
お
know
待た
it.
せ。
鈴葉。
Yeah, is that Suzu? Oh my god, that Suzuha's mother. Oh my god, it's Suzuha's mother, isn't it? It was a random character.
なぜ鈴葉
Oh my god, it's this guy. Why is he back?
7年後に生まれてくるまでは存在できないと。
You're stalking Suzuha's mother. You're stalking Daru's
こ
wife.
の世界線でもタイムマシンが。
Nope, that's not it.
岡部がいない？
なんか
He
ね
went chasing someone.
って会場の外に出て行ったのは見たんだけど。
Is that an omelet?
今聞いてきたら思い詰めた顔してタクシーに乗って行ったみたいにゃ。
He's hunting down your future wife, Daru.
では別人なんだな。
そうね。私はライネットの大会に出て これからこっちに住んでる友達とラスベガスに行くだけだから。
Interesting that they got the same voice actress, but I guess that's nice that she got to be involved in this project too.
よっぽど大切な人なのね。その私のそっくりさんって人。
Yep, very important. She's a
大切な
wonderful
仲間。
friend. Yeah, a precious
今は
friend.
どこにいるかわからないの？
今はいない。
Not yet.
だが7年後に会える。
7 years is a long time to wait.
なんか素敵な話ね。私も占いで言われたの。7年後くらいに結婚して子供が生
There
ま
it
れるっ
is.
て。
He realizes. No?
何？
いや、ちょっとな。
I think he knows, right? Did he just sneeze on that?
時間を取らせて悪かったな。
うんうん。楽しかった。じゃあね。
Same eyes and same personality type, I guess. But that's it. Daru did not talk to her.
聞いたところでわかるはずもないか。残金67セント。電池切れ。
You didn't bring a charger?
今から2時間前のことだった。
Ah, that's what happened at the start of the episode. I see, I see.
クリス。
Oh shit, we're running.
くそ、こんなところでくたばってたまるか。
Yeah, this is not where it ends.
俺は狂気のマッドサイエンティスト。
Point Kyoma. The face models do look a little different, but like in a good way. Like they look a little updated, I guess. I don't know how to, like, if that makes sense.
言っておくべき。
We're thinking about all the wasted time that we've spent here, not tackling the problem. Oh, she came to get us. Aw, she came to get us. She's so nice.
何を言っている。これは紛れもなくあんたの網膜を通り脳が見せている実態だ。
The reality is your brain perceives it sent through your retinas. It's so funny. That's such a dorky Kurisu thing to say.
助けに来るならガソリンの量くらい確認してから来い。
しょうがないでしょ。急いで出てきたんだから。
Oh my god, they're trapped.
おちょおちょ。
電池切れの携帯、有り金67セント。挙句の果てはハイウェイのど真ん中でのたれ死に寸前のあんたに言われたくないわよ。私の言ったことを気にして飛び出していったわけじゃないんだ。
Oh, you were worried?
ああ。あって何の話だ？
あ、いや、その全部忘れるって。
そのことか。
そのことかって簡単に言わないでよ。私にとっては重要なことなのよ。
重要？
だからその
Oh, this is so
言っ
cute.
たでしょ。もう一個変な夢を見るって。それがどうしても引っかかるっていうか、夢にしてはリアリティがありすぎるって。
Yep, it's more than just a dream. It really happened.
だから事実だ。俺にとっては。
Oh.
だから何が。
別の世界線で俺はお前のことを好きだと言った。いや、俺はお前が好きだ。
Oh.
お前はどうなのだ？
あんたは別の世界線で私と長い時間を過ごしたか
But
も
you
しれ
don't,
ないけど、
yeah.
私に
The
とって
fact that he was like, it
別
wasn't
の
just
世
in
界
that
線の
word
出来
line,
事
it's
は夢
real.
のようなもの。
Yeah, they're just dreams.
混乱しているの。
Exactly, yeah. How do you approach that? You don't know this guy. Like, she doesn't
俺
know
は
who
リーディン
you
グシュタイナ
are.
ーの力を持っている。すべての世界線の記憶を持っているんだ。お前と共にいた3週間。いや、それよりもずっと長い時
Yeah,
間。
it was.
お前と共にいた俺だからこそわかるんだ。どの世界線のどの時間、どの場所にいようとも。俺はお前が好き。
Wow. Oh my god.
マキセ・クリス。俺はお前が好きだ。お前はどうなんだ？
Oh my
今この
god.
時、この瞬間。
The
お前
the
は俺のことをどう思っているんだ？
yeah, that's so cute. That's so cute. No matter what is happening, any timeline, any world line, anything whatsoever, the fact doesn't change that he loves you, but she doesn't know you, so that it's hard. I guess she could love the idea of you, the idea of what you had in that other world line, but it's really tricky.
目を閉じろ。
Oh, we're doing this again. Oh, yeah, we get it. The opening is playing. Oh, that was adorable. That was so cute. Oh, should we get lyrics? This is the first opening. Hacking to the gate. Oh shit, we get the full song playing. Let's go. I feel like I'm losing my voice. Oh, I need to drink some water. I'm so glad we got the opening to play at the end of this. I didn't think we were gonna get it, and I kind of just accepted that we wouldn't. But yeah, that was a really nice way to end that episode. That was such a beautiful, sweet, cute, adorable, just everything episode. That was so, so nice. I don't know, like, on one hand, like, call me crazy, but like, I didn't really need the answer to who Daru's future wife was going to be. I like that was left unanswered. But everything else, this was perfect. This was a great episode, and that was Steins Gate Egoistic Poriomania. Poriomania. I don't know why I'm putting the roll on the R there. This was such a cute, sweet, adorable episode, and I loved getting this moment meant so much to me. Just having that closure that they admit their love for one another. I know that Makise Kurisu is very confused, and she kind of still admits that, and you know, she doesn't know how to feel about him because she didn't experience that. Another Worldline version of her experienced that. And so at the end, when she asks him to close her eyes and presumably kisses him, I think that that's kind of her giving herself those memories and not reliving the memories of someone else. She knows that she fell in love with him in another Worldline, and she's willing and ready to accept that that could happen in this one too. That she could, and that she might fall in love with the mad scientist Hoin Kyoma. And yeah, as a whole, I do think that episode 24 is a better episode, and I don't think many people would argue with that. And I did like the way it wrapped things up, but this episode, like, I don't want to sound dismissive of this episode. I did really, really love, and I'm glad that we got this end scene, but a lot of the rest of this episode felt not really necessary. It felt almost unnecessary, but it was nice to catch up with everyone. It was very, like, it did feel almost filler-like, but it wasn't like a boring filler. It wasn't anything like that. It was the kind of filler that it feels good to catch up. It feels good to see where everyone's at the end of the series and see that everyone's okay, see that everyone's happy. We also did get that confirmation this episode. I know it was kind of something that everyone knew anyway, that Ruka was a boy in this Worldline. You know, there were just a lot of things that were confirmed, and a lot of things that we got to see in this that were just so nice and heartwarming, and it meant a lot. The episode did start very ominously with Hoin Kyoma, you know, calling someone on his phone. We will never get the answer as to whether he actually dials someone or not when he pulls out his phone. I don't think he does, because I feel like we see him pull out his phone and then just start talking immediately. It's not like he has anything or anyone on speed dial or anything. But if that is revealed, that he does actually call someone, that would be a crazy reveal. But yeah, he pulls out his phone. He's like, yeah, it's been 2 hours, and the organization, all this here, you know, blah, 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 blah. Just typical Hoin Kyoma nonsense, right? And it's nice to see that he's being himself. He's not tapping into anything else. He's literally being the Hoin Kyoma that we saw in the first handful of episodes of Steins Gate. And it's nice to see that he's able to kind of relax back into that role. But at the same time, like, you gotta wonder, like, where is his mind really? Like, I know he jokes a lot, and I know he's really playful when it comes to talking about this stuff, but is he okay? Like, he went through a lot. Is he actually okay, you know, kind of settling back into this kind of life? It's really just something I'd love to get the answer to. But then we find out that the gang is going to LA, and they're going to LA because Ferris is playing in a championship for Rynet, and she has invited her friends to come along, you know, her fellow future gadget mates, minus Moeka, of course. And you know, that makes sense. I don't think she's ever met Moeka, but she invites Kyoma, she invites Daru, and she invites Mayushi, that we know about there and then. But then we later find out a little further into the episode that Ruka was also invited, which I feel is very strange. I mean, it was nice to see Ruka again. It would have been very sad seeing like all these other characters, but then not seeing Ruka. But it felt like Ruka didn't need to be there. Ruka didn't really have a role or a purpose in this episode at all. Just like a couple of throwaway joke lines almost at points. So, you know, I, again, don't want to sound dismissive of this episode. I recognize that this was kind of a bonus episode. This isn't part of the series proper. This is a bonus episode. So this is catching up. This is not supposed to be, you know, like really plot relevant or anything. It's just a silly little episode where they go on an excursion, they go on a trip, a vacation to America, the US of A, to Los Angeles of all places. And I love that in going to LA, it's an excuse to give us the same skies, the same kind of looks and everything that we got in Steins Gate, because LA, like, I've never been, but that shit is probably bullshit hot. And so, like, the sky is always, like, clear and everything. And so it's nice that we kind of see them use that to their advantage to show the same kind of skyline. Well, not skyline, but, you know, sky and everything that we would have seen in the series proper. There are a lot of throwbacks and references in this episode to things that happen within the series itself. You know, one of them being that Christina, Kurisu, and Okabe are called tsunderes. Another being the throwback to Yuri. And there's other stuff as well that I'm not remembering right now, but I might recall as we go through this a little more. And I think that that's always really funny to see just those little callbacks and everything. But basically the episode continues. We get to see Mr. Brown, we get to see Nai, we get to see Moeka, you know, just little glimpses just so that we get to see everyone in this episode. It's almost like they're like, okay, we're doing a little bonus final episode, everyone's going to make an appearance, everyone's going to have a single line. And actually, did we even hear a toot-toot-oo in this episode? If we didn't hear a toot-toot-oo, this is not the final episode. This is not my final episode, because we heard like two in episode 24. So what the hell was that? Maybe we did hear one and I'm not recalling. But then we get the scene with Kurisu watching the plane land, and she's looking very Misato from Evangelion or something to me, like with the sunglasses on and the cool car, just kind of watching. You know, it's like episode 1 of Evangelion where Misato's waiting for Shinji. That's what this reminds me of a little bit, not exactly, but you know, it's shades of that anyway, and I think it's really funny. And then of course Okabe gets arrested or gets brought in for questioning because he is very sus. He calls himself a mad scientist, he says he's here to invade and everything, and yeah, that's not going to fly in America. Like, you're lucky they didn't send your ass back home just for saying this shit. But it's played very humorously and it is very funny. And then, of course, we do have the run-in with Kurisu, and it's very cute. And it's nice to see them experience, like, each other again, like, be face-to-face with one another, because I imagine it's been some time. I don't know if we actually get any insight into how long it's been since Kurisu, choose I say that in the most white way possible, Kurisu travel back to America. We don't actually, I think, get an answer as to how long it's been, but anyway, like, she has missed Okabe, and that's very clear from the message that she sends to Mayushi, where she's like, you don't need to bring Okabe, I don't care about him, I don't really want to see him. And yeah, that's very it's reminding me of Tony Chopper when he's doing his little, you know, dance, and it's like, don't compliment me, you shithead, and shit like that, you know. And then Kurisu goes to drive, and Okabe's like, I'm not getting in a car with you driving, Riko, call the cab. And that's when Kurisu pulls off. She just drives off, and I think that's really funny, the fact that it was played this way, because Kurisu has no patience for this bullshit, and yeah, he deserves to walk after that. Like, what do you mean you're not getting in the car with her? We get a silly little moment where Ferris is very much going along with all the usual bullshit that Okabe throws at her, and you know, we know that we're here to see Ferris playing Rainet, but then, you know, because he's saying all this shit and talking about taking down the organization, all of this, the police show up and arrest him yet again. Very humorous once more, but you know, it's a running joke within this at this point that he's getting arrested, and I thought that we would have seen this a couple more times, but this is the last time it happens within this bonus episode. But you know, it is very funny, and like, yeah, that shit ain't gonna fly in America, buddy. We find out that Kurisu apparently doesn't really remember much apart from, you know, being saved and then finding us and thanking us for being saved. So we don't really push her on it. We just ask, is that really all you remember? She says yes. So we kind of just leave it at that. And then that's when we show up to our motel. And this is where we're going to be staying for the night. Because, you know, we don't have money. And because we turned down the hotel that Ferris was paying for. So, you know, this is all on us at this point. This is on Okabe. And then, you know, there's talk about, oh, well, you guys have to stay here, you guys have to stay here, blah, 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 blah. So they figure out who's sleeping where, and Okabe and Daru are going to sleep in a room together. You know, there's talk about Yuri once again, and then there's kind of like this mention of, if it's Yuri in the other room, then this room is, and then it's like, okay, who's going to sleep in the car? Okabe ends up losing rock, paper, scissors, and he goes outdoors, and that's when he sees Kurisu, and they have a nice little chat. It's a really nice silence that they share with one another, and you can sense that there's some like unsaid words, there's some tension, they just want to say things to one another. And then that's when she invites him to her room, and they share diet Dr. Peppers, and then they have this talk about Kurisu actually remembering things. She remembers that they had these moments, you know, she cheered him up on a bridge. I can't remember the other one, but then another was in front of a whiteboard, and then the other was when she sewed his lab coat. And I could be wrong here, but are those the moments that he called her Kurisu and not Christina? And Okabe tries his best to explain that to her, but you know, it's gonna be difficult to do that with the timelines and everything, the world lines. And then she says she had another dream, and in this dream they kissed, and she cannot quite find the words to say that in front of him because she's embarrassed, and so she throws a can at his head, and that's kind of the end of the scene. She very funny when she wakes up and she says like, oh, they're so funny, and then just collapses into a heap. And the way she sleeps is so funny. I would not have expected Mayushi to be the really like all over the bed sleeper. I would have given that to literally any other character besides her. We find out that Ferris has won the Rainet Championship, which makes a lot of sense because she's great, she's really good at it, but now she can basically boast to be the best in the world, probably. I don't know if it's a world championship or not, but then after that we do see that Kurisu, actually before that there is the kind of like gag about like, oh, it's a cute guy on the stage and it's Ruko. Doesn't really feel like it's necessary, but it happens anyway. And then we get the scene where Makise Kurisu is wearing a cat-made costume, something I never thought I would see. It's adorable, and yes, she's very embarrassed, but she raises some points. She's working here to raise funds for those other guys coming here, and she did not need a ticket or anything like that. So why is Okabe not pulling his weight, and why is he not working? But then we do get the scene where Okabe thinks he sees Suzuha and follows her, and it ends up being Suzuha's mother. And yeah, didn't really feel necessary yet again. It's nice to get that confirmation as to who Daru's wife is going to be, but I was happy enough not knowing that. While yes, I'm happy enough also knowing it, you know, it's not something that I felt was necessary to get an answer for, but it is nice to have that, and it's nice to know that Daru will marry this really nice woman. She seems so nice, so sweet, so genuine, very Suzuha-esque, and you can see where Suzuha gets her manners from, and it's her mother, it's not Daru. And so he starts to run, he starts to walk towards where Kurisu is. He starts to be frustrated with himself for not talking to her about anything, wasting this time, and he starts to run towards her, you know, knowing she's very far away because he's trapped, he's stranded here with only 67 cents and no cell battery, so he has to walk all the way back, and he ends up collapsing, and that's when Kurisu shows up and is like, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, it's an illusion. And she does say something really dorky about retinas and everything, and it's really cute and it's really funny. But then that's when they have the moment we've all been waiting for. They have this moment where, you know, basically I've already talked about this scene a lot, where, you know, they talk and Kurisu explains that it's very confusing for her. She doesn't understand because she remembers stuff that she doesn't even remember, stuff that she never lived. And so for Okabe, it's easy to say all these things about, in any world line, no matter what, I will always love you. You're the one I love, Makise Kurisu. I love you. Like, that's easy for him to say. But for Kurisu, it's very, very difficult. And I don't think she ever does say she loves him because, yeah, how could she say it? And so we end things really beautifully with such a pretty sky, you know, the sun is setting and everything. It's purples, reds, yellows, oranges in the skies. It's so beautiful, and they presumably share a kiss. The first kiss for both of them in this world line, and it's, yeah, I love it so much. This was such a sweet, perfect ending for Steins Gate. And yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up now. Like I asked, please let me know if you guys want to see me check out the movie and the beta episode for 23, and that will kind of be the wrap up for Steins Gate before, you know, maybe way down the line I'll check out Zero. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed. I certainly did. I loved this finale. I love this ending. And I hope that you guys subscribe if you haven't done so already, and like the video, and let me know, like I asked already, just what you want to see next from me related to Steins Gate. And yeah, that's going to do it for me for today. I hope that you guys are having a great day today and that you're able to take it easy. I will see you in the next one. Take care.